All right, guys, you got a saw with a broken handle, such as on this saw, completely broken off, or like on my Stihl where it's melted through on the exhaust and it's cracked here. I'm gonna show you how to replace that. So first things first, get your cover off. And this is an ms311 or ms391, so it could be a little different per manufacturer or per model of saw, but on this one, you're gonna pull the top cover off. There is a bolt that's already in here that I've already taken out. Take that bolt out real quick. Now we're gonna move the other side. Obviously my bar is already removed. My cover, all that is already removed. Now on this model, you have this little plastic cover here. This got two bolts. One here and one here. Easy peasy, just like that, and this pops right off. Now sometimes you might have to get some pliers and wiggle this. I've just had this saw apart, so it wasn't too big a deal. So this can be kind of tedious, kind of difficult if you haven't done these before, and even if you have done these before, they can suck. First thing I'm going to do is pop this spring off here. Now be very careful. This is under a lot of tension. If you set the brake, the tension comes off at some. But you don't want to get this in the eye. Safety glasses would be a very good idea. Put your finger over it like that. That goes a long ways to not take it in the eye. And remember how you take this apart. One of the best ways to remember how you take this apart is record yourself. Little C-clip here. You gotta be careful you don't shoot that across the shop because you're never gonna find it again. Don't worry, your local Stihl dealer keeps lots of them on hand because it happens to the best of us. Pop that off. Now this is a homeowner saw, and on this homeowner saw, it's got this little bar here to brace it. Just pop it up off there, slide it back a little bit because it's slotted right there. Just like that. And let's see if we can wiggle this out some. So you got to wiggle this handle up off this pin right here. And I'm going to try to do it without really taking everything apart. But probably going to have to get a little more serious with it, or see. There we go. So we got that. We got that. You just got to pop this here and this, pop it up off the pin. You can pull this out like this. Old brake handle off. Now, simple as putting a new one back in. I thought I was missing a piece on here. I forgot to put this little black washer in here. And I believe that goes right underneath this linkage right here. Could be wrong, but I think that's where it goes. If you don't know, I've been rebuilding this saw because I want to not put the old one back on. I want to sell it. And this was one of the last things I had to do. You got to slide your lever back in. This has got a slit right here. You got to slide that linkage back into that slit, line the two holes up, and then slide it over this pin. That can be a little bit of a challenge sometimes, and at other times it can go perfectly fine. And then right down inside here, this little linkage right here is spring loaded. You got to pry that towards this way to get this handle the rest of the way down there. So I just stick my screwdriver in here, and usually when I'm not on camera, this will pop right down in here. Just super easy peasy. I apologize. I know that I'm blocking your guys' view some. It's just hard to get this all in here together and not block your view some. Okay, so it's just like we took apart just a few minutes ago. Gotta push this down a little bit. It's got a little spring to it. Gotta push it down a little bit. And like I said, you got a little slot right here. Push it, put it on there, slide it over, goes down over here. On it, you're not supposed to lose. C-clip, I mean, E-clip. Can be a little difficult with gloves. Sometimes I use a needle nose to push these on. Push that on just like this. Now this is going to be the worst part, putting this spring on. Let me grab a pair of pliers. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll grab this hook with some needle nose and I'll pull it over that pin. And sometimes I can get really lucky and take a screwdriver and pry it over. I don't remember what I did last time, but this could take you a couple tries and it takes a lot of strength. There's probably a better way, but this is how I do it. And I don't know if I'm going to get it on camera, so I apologize. But this part royally sucks. Just like that. Guess I'm getting a little better on it. So, best thing is, it releases, and now it stops when it's supposed to. Releases, stop. So, simple as that. Throw your cover back on. That one has been pretty easy for me to do. I've had some that have really fought me. Maybe I'm just getting better. One screw there. And I apologize if I'm blocking the camera. Okay, and now this screw that I already had taken out before goes right in here. It's got that little metal cone on it to help support all that. I'll come back and either hit them with, I'll come back and hit them by hand possibly. Put my cover back on. Got to make sure you get it all clipped down in there just perfect, which sometimes seems like it can fight you a lot. I don't know. And these are not steel bolts. They should have torque bolts, Torx head bolts in them, but they don't. These are just 6mm bolts that I use. Because when I put bolts in like that, they don't come loose. All right, thanks guys.